Welcome to the Clause YouTube channel.
Together, we strive for a safer, secure, and more stable world.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another podcast of the Strategic Frontlines, the YouTube channel of Center for Land Warfare Studies, where we examine the strategic imperative of geopolitics, international affairs, conflict studies with reference to land warfare issues to usher in peace and stability. We also analyze and examine the armed forces' preparedness to face emerging challenges in meeting the challenges posed by our adversaries. Today's episode is focused on one of the most versatile service corps of the Indian Army, the Army Ordnance Corps, known for its unmatched ability to adapt and deliver ordnance required by our army to wage an effective battle. To provide deeper insight into the Corps' role, responsibility, challenges, and its adaptation to the emerging technologies and threats, we have the privilege of hosting the DGOS of the Indian Army himself, Lieutenant General Suresh Chandra Tandi, AVSM, VSM, to apprise the country of the role and activities of the Ordnance Corps. A very warm welcome to you, General Tandi.
Thank you so much, sir.
Before I actually delve into the question answer and the discussion with you, I would like to briefly apprise our audience about your bio so that people know exactly where you are coming from. General Tandi is an alumnus of the Sainik School Chittorgarh. I would like to remind our audience, one of the chiefs, General Suhag, was also from Sainik School Chittorgarh, National Defence Academy Khadagwatla. Thereafter, he was commissioned into the Army Ordnance Corps from the Indian Military Academy in the month of December, year 1986. The General Officer has varied operational, staff, and instructional experiences. He has commanded an ammunition depot, the AOC Center, and this Central Ordnance Depot. He has served as instructor at College of Materials Management, as also the training team at Botswana. He has also been the chief instructor as well as the vice principal and the dean of College of Materials Management. General Tandi has attended the previous prestigious APA course at the Indian Institute of Public Administration, New Delhi. He specializes in munition technologies, and above all, he is a very keen hang glider, mountaineer, para jumper, and what have you, including bungee jumping. I think we couldn't have asked for a more rounded personality from a services corps. So, General Tandi, again, once again, welcome to you. I'll start the first question with a kind of an overview. Can you give us an overview of the Army Ordnance Corps? It has its motto of Shastra Se Shakti. So, elaborate to our audience about your role and charter responsibilities.
Thank you so much, sir. Grateful for kind words. Army Ordnance Corps meets the entire requirement of Indian Army of equipment-related aspects, starting from small items like needle, thread to tanks. In fact, we provide a complete range of armament, including guns, small arms, rocket launchers, ammunition requirements, missiles, the electronic goods, and even the items which are required in day-to-day functioning, something like clothing, kitchen utensils, digging tools, paints, etc. So our responsibilities are very vast. In fact, we look after almost more than 400,000 items in our inventory.
That's it.
It's a huge inventory, sir.
Yes.
And we for this we have got various depots spread all across country. Our functioning includes forecasting of requirements, then procurements, storage, accounting, issues, transportation, and even disposal of items.
I believe the Army Ordnance Corps is completing 250 years, which is a very, very long period. Can you highlight certain achievements of the Army Ordnance Corps for the viewers?
Yes, sir. We are proud to be completing 250 years. In fact, next week is our completion of 250 years on 8th of April. We trace back our origin to 8th of April 1775,
Okay.
when a Board of Ordnance was instituted by East India Company in Bengal Presidency at Fort Williams.
Okay.
So we have completed 250 years. We are proud to say that for many operations, we have provided the close logistic support to Indian Army
Okay.
wherever needed, and there has been no instance where because of us, if operations were hindered.
Okay.
So that is a great achievement, sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Presently, what we are doing is modernization of our aspects, integration of the technology. We have got various aspects, something like decentralization of inventory, that is, we are exploring the markets and whatever items are available in the local areas, instead of doing central procurement, we are calling it as regional procurement.
Okay.
Which
Earlier
has
we used to call it as local purchase.
earlier we used to actually, sir, local procurement was for only those items where there was slippages from the central procurement,
Okay.
and all the procurements used to be centrally done at the army headquarters level.
Right.
But now, realizing the availability of items across the country, we have certain items, we have empowered our lower echelons to procure at regional level, and that is called as regional procurement, sir.
Okay.
We are also giving a thrust to make in India.
Okay.
Indigenization is other aspect wherein we have got large number of items we are procuring where we were dependent on X import.
Okay.
We are encouraging setting up of factories by the outsiders wherever technology has not been fully engrossed by us. So that we are going ahead with that, sir. The presently, because of automation, sir, which is on large scale, visibility of our inventory across country to all formation commanders is there, sir,
Okay.
which is a great achievement. We are going ahead and then automating our inventory to the fullest.
Okay.
Our people have also done wonderfully well in sports activities. Recently, we did have national firefighting games,
Okay.
in which the Army Ordnance Corps stood first
Okay.
across, including
Okay.
all states, other places.
That's really quite
Yes, yes, sir, it was a
appreciable. My
great-
congratulations to you.
Thank you so much, sir. And it was a great achievement by our firefighters.
Okay.
Even our lady officers, sir, they have been participating, and two of them have even climbed Mount Everest.
Oh, lovely.
Sir.
I think ladies are now almost surpassing the men folks.
Absolutely,
in
sir.
almost every field.
There number of them are commanding units in field areas.
Okay.
Number of them, sir.
Yeah. My next question to you would be related to, what are the specific modernization measures which the AOC is taking in terms of, improving its overall efficiency and effectiveness in delivering or in ensuring defense preparedness?
So our bulk of our warehousing is of very old vintage. Number of warehouses are of Second World War time or even pre-independence.
Okay.
So bulk of our accommodation which is there, whether it is for storage of ammunition, whether it is storage of other ordnance stores, is of old vintage. Some of them going definitely beyond 50 years.
Right.
That. So we have taken a drive for modernization of our ordnance depots, wherein our warehousing we want it to be with the latest technologies.
Okay.
Wherein identification of item, the inventory profiling system, moment a item comes inside, it is recorded, its photograph is taken, its weight, other dimensions are taken, so that when it is transported, every data is available.
Okay.
So that is one aspect. We have already done some of the depots,
Okay.
like COD Kanpur, COD Agra, COD Jabalpur. They have been modernized to large extent. But other depots also we are going ahead, sir. Second is our large number of storage of, especially of ammunition, is overground. So therein we are going ahead for doing underground accommodation for storage of our ammunition, sir.
Okay.
Similarly, our depots, number of depots, we have already initiated projects for modernizing them into a latest technological advancements in the warehousing technologies. So that is going on, and we hope that within probably next 5-6 years, bulk of our depots should get modernized.
So I believe the ordnance factories also come under you.
No, sir. Ordnance factories, they are not under us. They are not even under the army. Sir.
Okay.
They are the defense productions.
So I just wanted the public to know that just because you're DG Ordnance,
Yes, sir.
normally people associate that okay, he's the DG Ordnance, so Ordnance factories are under him. So this was a question which I thought let me make the audience clear about.
Absolutely, sir. It's generally taken by people that ordnance factories are part of Army Ordnance Corps. They are not part of Army Ordnance Corps. However, we are dependent on them for huge quantum of stores. And
So what's your view on the recent move to corporatize them? Do you support it? How's your what's your take?
So it's a positive step towards enhancing the availability of stores. Earlier times, there was less of accountability as far as ordnance factories were concerned.
Okay.
Presently, sir, after the corporatization, they are held responsible. A few examples are like earlier, our system was whenever our requirements were revealed as part of forecasting, we used to place indents on them
Okay.
without giving even the financial aspect, that is cost factor. So if a indent was placed say in 2020 and if they supplied item in 2025, they used to charge it for 2025 rates.
Okay, yeah.
Second,
And it would lead to additional expenditure.
additional
on the
expenditure
defense.
by us. Second was we did not have any say as to at what rate they will supply.
Okay.
So it was a unilateral decision by them. They were having their own costing mechanism, but then army did not have any say. Now they have to. We are going through the
normal
tendering process.
normal.
It may be
They are-
single tender.
They are also one of those.
Yes, sir.
Tenders.
For such large number of items, it is the single tendering for them.
Okay.
It is not competition with the other traders.
Right.
But they have to quote, and we can negotiate with them.
That's
So
right.
that is second advantage. Third advantage is we used to face a lot of slippages or delays in supply of items by them.
Okay.
Now there is a system wherein we can put penalties on them in form of liquidated damages.
Yeah. So
So-
LDs you can
Yes.
apply LDs on them.
LDs on them.
That's very good.
So that is a very positive step.
Yeah, it will push them also towards better efficiency. I
Yes.
suppose.
So that they are now answerables for these aspects.
Since we were discussing about modernization, one of the important aspects of modernization is the technology. And I keep saying that technological tsunami is taking place today in the world.
Yes.
So, can you highlight briefly about the various technological initiatives which have been taken within the Army Ordnance Corps?
Surely, sir. The kind of inventory we hold, unless we adopt the modern technological technologies, we cannot survive, sir. So, considering that our automation is going ahead in a big way, apart from that, we are also adopting to things like robots, even the drones
Okay.
for transportation related aspects.
Okay.
We are also using the facilities which are available outside world, like transportation of our stores. Earlier, the units reps used to come and collect vehicles.
Okay.
So instead of that, we have started using outsourcing. There are on RFID related.
Okay.
So we can track the items where they are reaching, where all those aspects.
Okay.
So we are adopting technology in a big way, sir.
Okay. So, having said something about technology, I am reminded of my course mate, who was the DG Ordnance, and he had said that, when phase one of your automation of the inventory was going on, that it is progressing quite well. So I'm happy that now you are, going along, I would say expressway of technology. With that, I come to the next question, and which is, I would say, a question which a lot of people would be interested in the civil domain, as to what do you do with your obsolete equipment. How do you dispose of your unserviceable equipment? And I'm sure this question will hit the imagination of a lot of civilians who are going to listen to us.
Definitely, sir. Ours is a big organization. Indian Army is a big organization and huge equipment oriented. Now, phasing out of equipment is a process which has to continue. So
Okay.
anything which has become old or obsolete, it has to be disposed of. Similarly, the spare parts which we cater for, considering the operational requirements, at times they also become surplus to our requirements.
Okay.
In addition to that, the items which have become unserviceable because of the usage, that also we just don't throw that out, we auction it.
Okay.
So auctioning process is we adopt e-auction. So 100% our disposal is through e-auction.
Okay.
Most of it is through MSTC,
Okay.
where the people who want to buy it, they have to get registered on MSTC, and every month our auction takes
Can
place.
you elaborate this MSTC full form so that?
It is Metal and Scrap Trading Corporation, sir,
Okay.
which is a semi-government organization,
Right.
wherein on portal you can get registered, and then you know what item is being sold at what place.
Okay.
So people can go there, view those things, and then ask bid for it. I can proudly say that last year, financial year, approximately stores worth 500 crores have been disposed of. So that is the kind of generation of funds for the government, what we have been able to do through waste.
Yeah, that's a quite a handsome sum of
Yes,
money, 500
yes,
crores.
yes, yes.
So my next question is more futuristic in nature. You know, every organization looks at itself in the future. So what are your future aspirations as far as Army Ordnance Corps? Where do you want to see Army Ordnance Corps going from here on?
Sir, present chief has declared the coming decade as decade of transformations.
Yes.
With that aim, one, we will be aiming at integration of our services for tri-services.
Right.
Inventory which is common to all services, Air
Yeah.
Force, Navy and Army.
Okay.
We will be integrating that. It
Okay.
is, we have some work we have already done. We can see their inventory which is common to us.
Okay.
So that is one aspect.
So you can move from A service to B service if there is a requirement or a deficiency in service A or service B?
Yes, it can be. It is possible. As on date, we are not doing that.
Yeah, I know,
But
but-
in times to come, it is possible.
Okay.
We have already started doing. Our officers are going to Air Force and Naval depots on posting. Their officers have started coming to us to understand our functioning, and we understand their functioning.
Okay,
But
that's good.
subsequently, if there is a requirement, because I can see what inventory is available in Air Force depots, what inventory is available in naval depots, in case operations require it, I can always seek their help and it can be provided,
Okay.
and vice versa, sir. So that is one aspect in which we are aiming that in next about 2 to 3 years, that kind of integration must take place, sir.
Okay.
Second is integration of modern technologies. As I was saying, the AI or IoT or machine learning. That is other aspect which we are heading for. Modernization of our warehousing,
Okay.
which we aim that another 5 to 6 years, bulk of our depots we should be able to modernize. Other aspect is indigenization, sir.
Okay.
The dependence on ex-import stores, we want to reduce it. So that procurement aspect related is through indigenous sources.
Okay.
Decentralization is other aspect wherein we want to empower our lower echelons so that items are procured then and there.
Okay.
That will help us in reduction of our procurement cycles. Secondly, the stock levels will get reduced because items will not be required to be procured and stored at COD level or at FOD level. They can be procured at DOU or BOU levels. So that is going to help us a lot, sir.
Okay.
Underground accommodation for ammunition storage. That
Yes.
is other aspect.
Yeah,
we
that's
want
very
to achieve.
important also.
Yes. So with the present the warfare which is going on, what we have to learn from say Russia-Ukraine war, wherein large number of their ammunition echelons were destroyed through drones because they were overground. So we will have to go underground, wherein our work is already in progress, and hopefully within next few years we should be able to move our ammunition completely underground. Similarly, our CICG, that is our the computer related inventory centralized inventory control group. So automation of our inventory at all levels is other aspect which we want to achieve.
In fact, when you mentioned about underground ammunition, I actually saw a program a few days back in which Iran has actually created underground missile cities. You know, that's very
Yes.
interesting, and I believe they've got already 4 or 5 such cities underground where only missiles are being stored. So I think that's a necessity of the future.
Yes.
So my next question to you is related to one of the major initiatives of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, which is about Atmanirbhar Bharat. So how is the Army Ordnance Corps keying into this very important facet of our Viksit Bharat at 2047 as far as indigenization is concerned?
Our main equipment, ammunition and equipment, bulk of it has been coming from foreign sources so far.
Yeah.
Mainly from Russia.
Yes.
Uh, Now we have started taking steps that manufacture of items, whether it is weapon system or ammunition, mainly, to take place in India. Large number of private players have shown interest. The procurements are at advanced stages.
Okay.
So probably within next 2 to 3 years, we will start getting ammunition from our manufacturing units of India. Similarly, we are also encouraging the setting up of manufacturing plants
Okay.
in India, wherever technology transfer has not taken place 100%. So there, in collaboration, the foreign suppliers, they are being encouraged that you come and set up your manufacturing plants in India instead of we importing entire thing,
Okay.
and then subsequently absorb the technologies. Then through Directorate of Indigenization and our ADBs, we are progressing things, and lot of thrust is being given towards Atmanirbharta.
Yeah, I remember I was just looking at some of the figures. One of the major exports from the defense sector is concerned, as far as India is concerned, is been on the ammunition sector. So I suppose that's the area which we need to focus upon if we want to.
Absolutely, sir. That will have two advantages. One is our bulk of our procurement will be through indigenous sources. Secondly, our ammunition requirements, because we have to cater for actual war requirements. So for that, we have to keep lot of ammunition as a stocking policy.
Okay,
But in case we can have some kind of a surge capability,
that's right.
then
That's very
we
important.
can reduce the quantum which is required to be stored, and that can
Absolutely.
only happen in case our manufacturing units
Are
are
with them.
actually exporting. Then only we can close that tape and that ammunition starts coming.
Yes, I think that's a very valid point which you have put up, and going by the fact that the wars today are not going to be short and crisp,
Yes,
as people used to talk
yes.
about short and intense.
Yes.
I think the recent examples are anything but short and
Absolutely.
intense. Short and intense. It is flowing up and
Yes.
down. There are periods of intensity. Now, when I mentioned your bio, you had a very interesting kind of a personality with you exploring other areas other than the military. So can you tell us something about highlights about your own personal professional career?
Sir, it's been an amazing journey, sir. I belong to a very small village in Rajasthan, sir,
Okay.
where I did my primary schooling. School, although was 5 classes, but had only 2 rooms,
Correct.
no furniture. Bulk of our classes used to be either in playground or under trees,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. I started my journey with that humble background, and I have reached a stage where presently I am heading a organization which is responsible to provide
I mean,
the ordnance related aspects for entire Indian Army. It is Army which has given me all these things, and I am thankful to people of Army Ordnance Corps, my troops, both civilians as well as the combatants, and my colleagues who have given full support to me. So it has been an amazing journey.
I suppose so. Amazing journey, son of the soil, rising up to the highest post as far as Army Ordnance Corps is concerned. Incidentally, I also belong to a very small place, and we used to have पेड़ के नीचे जो बोलते हैं ना पढ़ाई
Absolutely,
होती थी, और
absolutely.
कभी कभी मास्टर भी नहीं होते थे,
Sir,
खुद ही जो कुछ पढ़ लिया
yes,
सो पढ़ लिया. That was the kind of environment through which we have now risen up to this particular level. So my compliments to you on that. My next question is a little bit of challenging, and that is related to Agniveer and outsourcing of manpower. It has helped us in achieving op logistic sustenance in the Army Ordnance Corps. How do you think the Agniveers are going to play out as far as Army Ordnance Corps is concerned?
Sir, as per government policy,
Mhm.
Agniveers are being absorbed.
Yeah.
Presently, they are delivering what we desire, sir. The challenges, we do foresee challenges, especially in technical functioning,
Okay.
wherein continuity of these Agniveers may not be there.
Okay.
So, to address that, we have already started taking our steps. Something like on the job training, sir.
Okay.
Bulk of it, the people who are coming to us,
Mhm.
we are training on the job training,
Okay.
plus outsourcing, sir.
Okay.
The local people, and outsourcing that manpower can be continuously employed for longer periods
Right.
through outsourcing.
Okay.
So there are challenges, but we are alive to it, and we will be able to address them, sir.
Okay. So we would like to assure the nation that the issue is very much there in our radar, and we definitely will take necessary steps to ensure that they are asset to us and not the normal perception which is there in the environment.
Absolutely, sir.
So,
Absolutely.
so my next question to you is that what are the latest technologies adopted in the warehouse? You mentioned about warehousing, modernization
Yes,
of warehousing.
yes.
Could you highlight specific technologies which you have incorporated in warehousing?
Sir, absolutely. One is artificial intelligence, that we are going ahead in a huge way.
Mm-hmm.
The profiling of our equipment, our inventory, which is coming.
Okay.
Then is the which will enhance our accuracy, our forecasting, will reduce our the procurement timelines,
Okay.
our transportation, sir. We are already RFID related aspects, so that we have adopting our transportation through outsourcing model, as well as the transportation through air mode.
Mm-hmm.
We have started adopting, sir.
Okay.
There is centralized database which will be available.
Right.
The warehousing, the third dimension use, vertical storage aspects,
Mhm.
that is being taken care of.
Okay.
So all these aspects are going to help us in better inventory management and supply chain management.
So, are you also leveraging the experience of the civil sector, private sector, in warehousing in your process?
Absolutely, sir. We have been going to even warehouses being maintained by Amazon and other places, and we are adopting those technologies.
Okay. So, my next question to you, you also mentioned that this is the decade of transformation,
yes,
2022
yes,
to
yes.
2032. So, as far as AOC is concerned, what are those specific milestones which you would like to achieve in this decade of transformation?
So, as I said earlier, also one is our warehousing, modernization of our warehousing,
Yeah.
the storage of ammunition which is there,
Correct.
the indigenization, sir, thrust on indigenization.
Okay.
Automation, we want to complete our inventory and also integrate. So, in automation, we want to integrate other agencies apart from the ordnance units,
Mm-hmm.
EME units, then the formation commanders, formation headquarters,
Okay.
the finance department,
Mm-hmm.
the finance advisors, CDA for paying authorities, the quality assurance organization, and even DPSUs.
Okay.
So that is target we are having, that within next about 4-5 years we should be able to integrate them all, and then of course the tri services. So that is our one of the KRAs in this decade of transformation, sir. Then technological absorption, sir, continuous. What is available today, maybe after 2-3 years, more facilities will be available, whether it is AI related or other technological advancements. So that is other things, sir. Standardization of our inventory.
Mhm.
So we are working out towards that. That commonality of inventory being identified between Air Force, Navy,
Yeah,
and
you
us,
mentioned that.
so that we are able to use each other's items.
Correct.
Then, of course, infrastructural development, which is to take place.
So now that we are almost finishing or coming to the end of our discussions,
Sir.
I would like to give you two rapid fire questions.
Sir.
The first one is, the Army Ordnance Corps has a large number of civilians. How do you manage this human resource of the Army Ordnance Corps? What are the challenges and what are the advantages which you get?
So, in fact, our backbone is civilian manpower. They stay continuously in a depot.
Mm-hmm.
So, the knowledge base is great, sir.
Okay.
And the perception which is outside is probably incorrect, sir. They are as good as combatant manpower, sir.
Okay.
So we don't face any major problems
Right.
handling with them, sir. In
Right.
fact, they are big assets in
Okay.
our functionings.
Okay, the second question, quick question to you is, now you have in the Ordnance Corps women commanding the various units, they're acting as commanding officers now. So, what is your experience? What's your perception? What's your recommendation? How do you feel about it? Quick response to that.
Sir, indeed, Army Ordnance Corps has got the largest number of women officers. We have got approximately 300.
Mm-hmm.
So, in numbers and in terms of percentage, we are holding maximum number of women officers. Presently, we are having 19 women officers who are commanding units, including in field areas.
Oh,
And I can confidently say that they are performing as good as male officers. Secondly, they have been going out also, like UN. Presently, we have got 6 women officers who are in UN various assignments.
very nice.
And
very
the
nice.
feedback I get from those places is very encouraging, sir. So I am of the view that they are as good as male officers.
So they are as good as
Absolutely.
male officers. With that positive note,
Sir.
thank you very much, Tandi. We had a very nice discussion today on Army Ordnance Corps, and wish you once again heartiest congratulations on your 250th raising day of Army Ordnance Corps. Thank you, and once again, Jai Hind to you.
Jai Hind, sir. Grateful, sir.